Hello there, my fellow worshipful. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Roman Triumph. Episode 3, Gaining Favor of the Gods. Alright, so we have a legion of 14, and we're going up against 21 enemies. I'm not too worried, and it also looks like our walls are going to come together in time. So this is the southeastern expanse. Generally speaking, raiders will not circumnavigate around your defenses, but that's not always strictly true. So, it's useful to block them every possible path that they might have access to. And to that end, I'm also going to build a walls and towers here. If you take a look at the terrain, it's not like they can get beyond this. So walling up here, walling up here, walling up here. I don't think they're going to go around this mountain. That would be really unusual in my experience. So they're going to be stuck behind their defenses. With the defenses that we have queued up so far. Oh, the blessing ended because the god wasn't happy anymore. She's just pleased. True. Good observation. I hadn't actually built a temple to her, so I think she was just like, oh, okay, no temple, no blessing. Speaking of blessings, we are out of food storage for food. So I'm going to build 2 more food stores, and I'm going to put it at the top of the queue. Because growing food and having nowhere to put it kind of sucks. And then taxes just got researched. So to open up the research tree, we'll set up a tax hall in a minute, but I am going to start with the small temple to Ceres, because that also uses food in order to unlock the research, and using food is kind of helpful because I have nowhere to store it at the moment. And here is the treasury, which is where we put the taxes, and I'll put that right next to the academy. But at the bottom of the build priority, I don't really care when it's built because I am not needing gold immediately, so not a big deal if I'm waiting for taxes. Now, one thing to note is all of the defenses that I'm building, like the gates and the walls, it's all, it in itself doesn't require upkeep, but when it's damaged, it will. And then but the wood towers do. So I have to keep a very close eye on my stone and wood to make sure that I'm not bottoming out. Speaking of which, I am going to restrict some of my builders. I'm going to restrict them down to let's say 17. Just so that I can get more wood gatherers to make sure that I'm not running out of wood for the projects I had queued up. Because my end of last year wood change is down almost 300. So I'd like to bolster that back up. Alright, this entire section is done. And I'm going to do the sharp arrow stone towers here, but at least for now disable the tower until we're a little bit closer to the attack month. And if you're wondering, the gates automatically close upon the raider entry, so I don't really need to worry about that. Nice. This whole section's nearly done. And pretty soon our builder max is going to reduce because a lot of the queued up tasks are getting done. They'll transition back to wood gatherers. I'm also going to want stone gatherers, but instead of taking from the mines, I'm just going to do a gather all the stone around. And I limited that to 5, which is fine. I'm going to move barkeep up though. I don't need stone that badly. I do want to keep an eye on my food. Food negative arrows are always a little concerning. So maybe I'll put one more cabbage farm in. And here's another tower with sharp stone arrows, and then deactivated for now. So the last set of walls are getting built now, and then builders are already working on the treasury, which is perfect. Yeah, the research page still edge scrolls, if you're wondering. I could hit escape to stop edge scrolling, but I'd rather not pause the game. Okay, research small temples is done. I am going to, let's see. Have you guys vote on research next? So, for food, I would likely push towards advanced harvesting. Or maybe even sheep farming. Houses and monuments. We could do furniture upgrade to make the houses nicer. For industry, I would push towards kiln efficiency to get more bricks. For services, I'd go to the arena probably. And then for city defense, maybe scorpions. Which is like ballistae. Something like that. I'm not really sure about the last one. Or maybe units level 2, something like that. I'll figure it out, depending on how you vote. So 2.5 minutes to vote for that. And in the meantime, let's furlough the researchers, because I don't have them doing anything. And that will allow us to add more wood to our stocks. What is my favor? She's indifferent now? What I'm going to do... you know what? I don't actually have a surplus of food. I was going to sacrifice some food for her, but given that I don't have a surplus, I think that would be a little dangerous for starvation reasons. And we are ETA 2 months for the threats. But the walls should be done by then. There's not a lot of work left to do for these. And we've got 10 woodcutters and 5 stone gatherers. I am going to deploy all the stone gatherers as wood, because we don't have any more space for stone in our stockpiles, so I don't really need to be gathering more of it. Come on, walls. Get done! I have 17 builders. Some of it is priorities, because I prioritize the farm. They like moved from the walls to the farm and then had to go back. So some of their slowdown is my fault. Alright, I heard the gate get built. So it's just a matter of time until the rest is. And I don't think they're going to be hitting this section. Like, I think it would be pretty unusual that they attack up there, but I'm going to guard it all the same. Okay, you guys want city defense research. So let's open up the research tree. And I'm going to go with, I'll go with the level 2 units. And that costs upfront of gold, no problem. I wanted to pick a research that didn't use food because it's winter and I'm not making a lot of food, so I didn't want to use my precious food sources for that. So in preparation for the attacks, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-enable the archer towers that are down here. Just so that I know that people are working with only 1 month to go. And the archer work is above wood and stone gathering, so they're definitely working that job. It also seems to me like we have room for more construction projects. Because I have a lot of people that are cutting down trees, but I don't need more wood in my stocks at the moment. So I'm going to set up a few more defenses. That will keep builders building and yeah, works for me. What is that thing? I might need to save and load. All right, let's do that real quick. Some menu UI element just got stuck. Ooh, let's. Hopefully we don't get attacked by Hydra. You saw on the loading screen. They are dangerous. So the towers are manned. These walls weren't quite done, but I think 92 and 97% in their priority 1 and 2, so they're probably gonna get done, hopefully within the month. Series is now disappointed with us, and the problem with that is it can cause really pretty negative consequences. So even though the tutorial... let's raise taxes. There we go. So now the tutorial, having built the treasury, we can raise taxes up to, like, let's say 1.5%. And we will need tax collectors for that. So I'm gonna change the priority of workers for tax collection. So the current priority right now is to defend against the raiders and appease series. So offer food to the gods, which I probably won't want to do in February, but I will build a temple to her, which should make her pretty happy. So here is Ceres' temple, and I'm going to build it, build it here, like next to the farms and also next to the houses, so that she doesn't smite us, because I don't really want to be smote. The other thing that we could build in the meantime is a forum. So a forum is a facility that you have celebrations in. So there's different ways to appease the gods. If we open up the gods overlay here, there is food offerings. There is a forum for religious festivals, and then eventually the divine conquest. The forum uses gold for celebrations, and the food offerings uses food. I think I am going to make a food offering to her, because not doing so is maybe even scarier. So I'm going to offer 10 or 20 food to her, and the priority up here is to offer at least 15. And maybe that keeps us off our back for a bit. But here, as you can see, your recent offerings and festivals have brought me so much joy, thank you. But also, could you build a temple for me? So basically, it is negative because we haven't built a temple for her. So I'm trying to keep her appeased so that she doesn't, you know, smite us. Because honestly, the ire of the gods is no joke in this game. Like, legit no joke. So stay on their good sides. The godly favor goes down pretty fast. Yeah, that's because I don't have any temples to them. So I'm not worshipping them, and they're pissed as a result. Oh, God, they're not here yet. Okay. So food nearly bottomed out there. We're in the net positive now, but I would advise perhaps next research being food-centric, or either that or I'll have to... maybe what I'll do is I'll just build another farm. once I have more brick. I'll build a wheat farm. 2 more wheat farms. Alright, here comes the raid. And the gates are closed. The archer tower is manned. And they are attacking basically to the walls. So of the 2 units, we have the red ones, which are the barbarians, and the purple ones, which are the berserkers, who are the elites. And I don't really need to sally out. I can just turtle. As you can see, the archer tower isn't bothered by the line of sight from the gate. So they can just rain down arrows. Now, of course, this wood gate will break. There it goes. But we managed to do a whole lot of damage to them before it did. And now our units are engaging. So their berserkers have like 88 health. They're very, very, very tanky. But luckily, we have archer towers and we're faring pretty well. So some of my units here have died. I believe I had, what, 14 legionaries? So we are taking some losses. And if I really wanted to, what I could do is I could micromanage individual units. Like telling this like 9 out of 40 hit point dude to get out of the way or something like that. Right. Telling him to flee to micromanage. I don't think it's strictly necessary, as the cost of training new units isn't like extraordinarily expensive. But there we go. We have defended against that wave of barbarians. And then whenever something's broken, you can hit rebuild for the total cost of what it was damaged. If it was damaged, it would just be a percentage of the total cost. And I'm also going to deactivate the archer towers, as we no longer need them at the moment. So the current priority, top priority, is to appease Ceres, because she could do as much damage to our city as the berserkers could. Oh, yep, here she goes. I really didn't want to do this, but you neglected me too much. Your fields, once fertile, will now suffer. Ceres' blight. A sinister blight spreads through the air as Ceres, angered by your neglect, inflicts a devastating plague upon your fields. So yeah, it's essentially like it's winter. And as she is displeased, we can stop the blight early if we appease her. So what I'm going to try to do here is to do just that. Let's sacrifice some food to her, which is a little rough because we don't have a ton of food to begin with. And then rush to build the temple. So the temple has all 6 of the builders assigned to work in it. And the curse is ended. Ceres' blight is over because we appeased her. So what I'm hoping to do is get the temple built like as fast as we can, so that we don't end up with blighted fields. But as you can see here, some of the blight is left over to be cleared. I think it will have to just recalculate or whatever. You don't want to get on their bad sides. Oh, great! Paired with that, and this is not a result of Ceres, but heavy rain. So production is down and construction is down, but one of the advantages of heavy rain is fields like rain. So there will be, I think, a calculated benefit from the heavy rain soon. And the research for units level 2 is now unlocked. What to research next? So level 2 units, if we take a look at the military tab here, is stronger gladiuses and pilum. And I think what I'm going to do is disband all my level 1 units and start to train level 2 units. I'm not sure you can upgrade them. Oh, but I shouldn't have done that because of my food. I am low on food. Luckily, we're in food positive, but I have to keep a very close eye on that. But it looks like you guys want me to invest in food research next anyway. And I concur, because I am food insecure right now. So let's start the research into food. I'm going to get advanced harvesting. Advanced harvesting requires iron, so advanced harvesting on its own is not particularly useful, but it will be useful as I get harvesting bonuses. We also don't have any vacant beds, so let's get more... I don't have bricks for that, never mind. Ceres' temple requires a lot of bricks, so I think that's where all our bricks went. So instead, I'm going to get another brickworks. And I will eventually build another clay pit, but we have a lot of stockpile clay. So I'm going to focus on the bricks first. So they only need 18 builders. So I'll give all 18 to the builders they want over. And we have some homeless that are as a result of the disbanded soldiers, which is causing a bit of a debuff. To be fixed soon. The other thing I wanted to build was the forum, and I wanted to build the forum close to where the houses are. So let's go ahead and clear out these trees as a higher priority. So I'm going to cancel all the tree clearing everywhere else and focus on where the forum's going to be placed. Because walls and gates can displace trees, whereas the forum cannot. And these new farms should help with food production. It's still not great. Still teeter-tottering on dangerously low. But we're only in May, so there's time to rectify that. There's also more hunting that we could queue up. So let's go ahead and get a second hunter hunt. And I'll place it down here. I'm going to also queue up the final northern gate. That's an iron mine, so maybe on the outside of that iron mine. So the final northern gate. Just so that future attacks from the north are easily thwarted. There we go. And that gives, oh god, let's max our builders out. 20! You get no more than 20. Well, actually, we could spare a little bit more. Let's say up to 30. What to stockpile for the upcoming festival? You'll see in a minute. So we'll put the forum... I want to put it there, so I'm going to wait for these few trees to be cut down so they're not in the way. Oh god, food. And Ceres' temple is now built. One thing that we're going to need to do is to change the priest priority so that we have priests working in the temple. And I'm going to actually raise the priests up quite high because not having priests is kind of devastating. It will piss the gods off real quick and you'll die real quick when they're pissed. So taking a look here, we are now gaining well, it will recalculate soon, but we will be gaining favor with Ceres as a result of the proximity of the temple to the people, because it has really high coverage. So yeah, there we go. Temple coverage 100% and favor going up way high. So we don't need to keep sacrificing to her. I don't necessarily... I still, to fulfill the gaining the favor of the gods, want to throw a festival in her favor. But we're out of the woods. So I'll build a forum there. And I'm trying to lay it out so that the forum isn't really in the sphere of influence of the tavern, so that we can keep building houses around here. With that said, we need more brick, but the tavern's, yeah. So I'm going to research right now. Never mind. I was going to research kiln efficiency, but the problem with that is we don't have a lot of food, and I'm not about to spend what little food we have for that research. So what I'll do instead is maybe some wheat, yet another wheat field. This is the, like, colony collapse spiral that I was talking about. It's really easy to run out of a specific resource and then just be like, oh crap, and lose. So I'm trying to avoid that with food, because our food does not look good. Luckily, Ceres is quite happy with us, so she won't be messing with our food supply. I think. So, once we get the farm done, we'll get the favor of the gods quest done, which gives us tools, weapons, and a lot of gold, which will be kind of nice. I will raise the priority of the farm up to the top so that we prioritize it over this wall, which is probably of not much consequence. But our favor for Ceres is up to 90 and climbing to 100. So in like 2 months, it will be 100. And being happy is is going to give us some blessings, which is going to be pretty nice considering our food needs. I'm actually going to put the farms at the top of the list, and then the forum will be clocked at 3rd. Alright, choose blessing. Here we go. Left blessing, bountiful harvests. It is currently June. Right blessing is crop resilience. Or alternatively, what I'll do is delay. I'll add that as a an option here. So we could delay it, choose in 4 months, and choose like crop resilience if you want. Or we could go for bountiful harvest. With as happy as she is, it's entirely possible that as soon as this blessing ends, we get yet another one. We'll see. But it looks like you guys want bounty. Alright. So, 6 months of bounty. Coming right up. Crops will grow 27% faster. And cabbage in the wheat and cabbage farms. So we have a big boon here. I think the poisoned crop yields are still poisoned. I'm gonna, actually it says it only has half a month left. So maybe I'll wait it out. So maybe by... In half a month, if this hasn't gone away, I'll do a save and load, just to make sure it's getting cleared. No, it is going away. I can see the countdowns going. That's good. That's largely at the core of our, like, food scarcity problems, I think. All right, the other thing I wanted to do is to add in some houses for our homeless, because we have a fair bit of homeless, and, well, that's not really fair to them, is it? So, adding a lot more houses now that our brickworks have produced the bricks that we need. The food's looking good, farm's nearly built, and then we'll throw a religious festival. North of the Wall is still in queue, but I think it's starting to get done. And I'm going to limit it to 25 workers now. Yeah, favor is now 100%. Perfect. I know, clay stockpiles are dwindling. That's why I have a clay pit right here. You needn't worry. I'm attentive. A homeless citizen died because I don't have enough homes. Yes, I'm trying to fix that. So what that does is it will offer a temporary, like often those kind of events will have a temporary negative debuff. So I'm hoping to work against that in just a moment. But the form is done. So with the form, it adds culture and comfort, which should raise our total happiness weight. And if we open up the favorite of the gods, we can now have a religious festival. So we can have a religious festival to series. Small festival costing 34 gold, that's fine. We're already at 100% favor, so this is mostly just to move the tutorial along. And there we go. Spend a little gold, make her happy. Not that she needed to be happier, but still. All right, current priority is build homes and walls for now. And then as far as research goes, what do you want to do next? So, taking a look at the options here. If we went with food, I would pick baking to turn wheat into bread, which adds bonus to health. For houses and monuments, I would probably do furniture upgrade to make nicer houses. For industry, I would definitely do kiln efficiency so that we can get more bricks out of bang for a buck. Or actually, maybe iron mining. I take that back. Iron mining. Services and religion, possibly altar, so that citizens can now praise the gods and show respect to them. And city defense, I'll go for... I'll work my way to brick walls. So 1 minute to vote in that poll. And now that I have more food in our stocks, I'm going to start training up more army. I think overwhelmingly you guys want me to focus on industry, so I'm going to get iron mining, which uses up a lot of our food, but I think it's worth it. Plus, we still have the bonus of crop growth. And the plague that she plagued us with is now finally gone. All right. Second clay pit, so our clay won't bottom out. I haven't yet built a hospital. I probably ought to do that at some point. And we do have one vacant bed now that we got this domus up, which means we don't have any homeless that should die anymore. That was a bit of a problem. Ben Deathheart, thank you for the resub. Almost 3 years, I know. My goodness. Cheers. And good luck with your IRL home. If only I could build domuses for all of you. So we don't have too many walls left to be built. So I'll start queuing up the last of the walls that we want. It's going to be really expensive once we have access to brick walls in order to get them to be brick, because that's a big expense. Okay, that looks right. Tower. Only 4 more sections of the northern gate. And there's no way through this. That's terrain blocked. It looks like they could walk past it, but they can't. Double checking all of the defenses. I don't see any gaps anywhere yet. So I think we're good. Alright, our food is, honestly, sort of close to maxing out again. We're gonna build another food stock here. Thank you for tuning in to Roman Triumph, which originally streamed live on Twitch March 4th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Roman citizens.